Amazing atmosphere? Absolutely not. No thank you. Easter time brings the Kirmes Fun Fair to the banks of the Rhine River in the Deutsch neighbourhood of Cologne. Coming up in this trip report, we'll review our experience of the event in Easter 2024, practical tips on things like ride costs and how to get there, and whether or not it's worth a visit. Hey, this is Stu for Out and Back Travel. I make videos like this one to help inspire your own theme park adventures. If you do find this information helpful, please drop the video a like, as that really helps me out on YouTube. Over the weekend I visited the wonderful city of Cologne for a concert and some sightseeing, as well as a couple of theme parks of course. As a special bonus, there was a fun fair. This happens on the banks of the Rhine River in the Deutsch neighbourhood of Cologne a couple of times a year, directly across the river from the Chocolate Museum. If you're looking to get to the event by public transport, Deutzer excuse my pronunciation, is the closest tram station, accessible by the 1, 7 and 9 lines on the Cologne public transit system. We chose to opt for the scenic walk along the river from the Hohenzollern Bridge, which was quite a lovely thing to do. The version of the fair I visited was the spring fair. This usually happens the week around the Easter period. There's also an autumn fair later in the year too. While it's not as big as something like a Dusseldorf fair, the carnival has a good collection of rides, including for our trip, the Spuk Haunted House, the Jules-Verne-Tower flyer, the Zamperla hawk. You don't usually see this travelling, it's quite a rare one. Again, another slightly rare one, a Huss Flipper. A fantastic Schwarzkopf Polyp. And of course, the mandatory giant wheel. Please bear in mind the lineup of rides will probably change each year, which is good news as there'll be something new and different to do. In the past they have had wild mouse coasters, sadly no big coaster for our trip. Food and drink is the big draw for me for visiting the German fairs, as it adds so much to the experience and the atmosphere, especially the beer gardens. Although I don't know how all the food and beer goes together with so much spinning, especially as the German fairs are famous for their generous ride cycles which last for ages and give quite exciting rides. Honestly, the way the Polyp bounces you out of your seat is genuinely terrifying and amazing at the same time. The ride prices were around a reasonable €5 each, some were even €4.50, so not bad going at all. Would I recommend a visit to the Deutzer Osterkirmes? Is it a trip it or skip it? Well, for me, I would trip it, but with the caveat of combining a visit with exploring the wonders of the city of Cologne. You need a couple of hours to do the fair justice, although it won't be a full day commitment. I wouldn't say this fair is large enough to warrant a visit alone or a visit in isolation like an Oktoberfest or all Dusseldorf Rheinkermes, which obviously are, but it's a great experience if you happen to time your trip to Cologne when it's on. But I wouldn't go out of my way just to go to the fair, if that makes sense. So that wraps up my thoughts on the Deutze Osterkirmes 2024. Have you experienced this fair before? What rides did you get when you visited? And would you trip it or skip it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And until next time, remember to stay safe on the way out and back.